Well, hello YouTube. So I've been working this morning. We've been having a lot coming out in the Harmony Montgomery case. I want you to check this out. This is the timeline of everything as we know it. This is the facts of the case so far. Check this out. And it breaks down a timeline. I thought this was a great timeline that we can go over related to Harmony Montgomery. The search of Harmony Montgomery, a 5-year-old girl who was last seen in 2019, now a homicide investigation. Here are some key dates in her disappearance and investigation. June 2014, Harmony is born. Crystal Story is the sole caretaker, and her father, Adam, is in prison. From between August 2014 to January 2018, Harmony is removed from Sori's care 3 times because of neglect-related drug use, according to Massachusetts report. Harmony visited her father in prison twice, and in January and July of 2015. September 2015, Adam Macgomery is released from prison and moves to New Hampshire. September 2016, 1 year after his release, Adam contacts Massachusetts Department of Children and Family Services for the first time to resume contact with his daughter, Harmony. February 2018, after a visit with Harmony once per month for 5 months, Adam Macgomery stopped responding to DCF requests for future meetings. August 2018, Adam Macgomery meets with Harmony for the first time in 11 months and the 9th time in her life. He had contact with DCF in September 2017 and after a 7-month time period with no contact. In July 2018, Crystal Sori, mother of Harmony, loses custody of her daughter in Massachusetts. Sori later tells police she lost custody because of drug addiction issues, and Harmony was placed in a foster home in Haverhill. On December 2018, Massachusetts Department of Children and Family Services requests a home study by the New Hampshire Department Division of Children, Youth, and Family Services at Montgomery's home in Manchester. The request did not include the necessary information to indicate a home study, New Hampshire officials said. In February 2019, Harmony's father, Adam Macgomery, is granted custody of the girl by a family court judge in Lawrence, Massachusetts. The Department of Children and Youth DCYF officials are notified of the custody decision before it receives the additional information it requested for the home study. So they made a mistake there. Easter 2019, Sori said she spoke to her daughter by FaceTime call around that time. She says this is the last time she ever saw or heard from Harmony again. July 2019, DCYF receives an anonymous call alleging abuse. August 2019, the Child Protective Service worker visits the home again and interviews Harmony, Adam, and Kayla. The worker notes a red mark on Harmony's eye and a faded bruise under her eyelid. October 1st, 2019, the final visit from Child Protective Services worker to the Guilford Street house. The worker reported the child appears happy and healthy. November to December 2019, according to Kayla Montgomery, Adam told her around this time that he was taking Harmony to Lowell, Massachusetts, where her mother lives. Kayla Montgomery later tells police this is the last time she saw Harmony. January 8, 2020, a referral received from DCYF about Montgomery household. Adam Macgomery tells Child Protective Services Harmony was living with her mother. In January 21st, 2020, the Child Protective Service worker leaves a voicemail for Sori to confirm Harmony's address. Officials say Sori didn't return the phone call. September 2021, a person close to Sori contacts DCYF and raises concerns about Sori hasn't seen Harmony since 2019. November 18th, 2021, Sori tells Massachusetts police saying she hasn't heard from her daughter since Easter of 2019. Manchester police say their phone records indicate this is the only call the department has received from Sori. December 27th, DCYF notifies Manchester police they are unable to locate Harmony. December 29th, 2021, Sori sends a letter to Manchester Mayor Joyce Craig begging for help to find her daughter. December 31st, 2021, detectives find Adam Macgomery living in his car with his new girlfriends. Police describe him as uncooperative and refusing to provide information on Harmony's whereabouts. January 3rd, 2022, 24-hour tip line is set up, and a reward fund grew to $144,000. January 4th, the FBI joins Manchester Police Department to search the Guildford property where Montgomery used to live. January 4th, Adam Macgomery is arrested and charged with second-degree assault and interfering with custody and endangering the welfare of a child. January 6, 2022, Kayla Montgomery is arrested and charged with felony welfare fraud. This charge is later dropped and a new felony charge of theft is filed. February 25th, 2022, reports released that Governor Chris Sununu's office released details in the investigation, making recommendations for new protections for children in custody disputes. March 13th, 2022, Kelsey Small, a woman who was dating Harmony Montgomery's father before his arrest, was found dead in Manchester. She did not face charges in connection with the case, and her death is not considered suspicious. April 4th, 2022, Adam Macgomery is arrested on new charges of theft and unauthorized taking of alleged stealing a rifle and a shotgun, 2 charges of receiving stolen property for allegedly receiving or retaining the rifles and shotgun, 2 charges of felony in possession, allegedly possessing the rifle and shotgun after having convicted of 1 or more felonies, and 2 charges of armed career criminal for allegedly possessing the rifle and shotgun after being convicted of 3 or more qualifying felonies. Investigators said alleged theft occurred between September 29th and October 3rd, 2019 in Manchester. April 12, 2021, Kayla Montgomery, 31, is charged with 2 counts of receiving stolen property in connection with the alleged theft of firearms. Investigators say there is no evidence that the charges are related to Harmony's disappearance. On May 4th, 2022, a report from Massachusetts Office of Child Advocate is released. The report outlines several mistakes Massachusetts agencies allegedly made regarding the girl's care before she lived in New Hampshire and eventually disappeared. May 7th, 2022, Kayla Montgomery is released from jail where she's held for 4 months. She was ordered to check in with Manchester Police daily and to continue with substance abuse treatment. She was also ordered to have no contact with Adam Macgomery or to leave New Hampshire. June 3rd, 2022, Kayla Montgomery is arrested for perjury charges. She is accused of lying during grand jury testimony about when and where she was at work during the window of time that Harmony Montgomery was last seen and accounted for. She was released from jail 3 days later. June 14th through 15th, 2021. Officials searched Adam Macgomery and Kayla's former apartment, hauling a refrigerator out. Investigators were assisted by several plumbing teams. Resources told News 9 that the new credible information from a person close to the investigation led to the search of the apartment. August 11th, 2022, Attorney General John Formella says investigators now believe Harmony was killed in December 2019. He said the investigation is now a homicide investigation. September 9th, 2022, Kayla Montgomery is arrested on a bench warrant for failing to show up for a hearing. Her bail is revoked on September 13th. October 4th, body cam footage obtained by News 9 Investigate shows the first interaction between Manchester police and Adam Macgomery. October 20th, 2022, some of the evidence prosecutors hope to introduce in Adam's firearm trial can't be admitted, a judge rules. October 24th, 2022, Attorney General John Formella, announces that Adam Macgomery has been arrested and charged with second-degree murder in the death of Harmony Montgomery. And the rest is history from that. The grand jury has actually indicted him on those second-degree murder charges. So a lot of stuff has happened from 2014 to when Harmony lost her life on December 7th. Check this article out from an acquaintance that I know, Michael Ruiz with Fox News. Hey guys, so here is the information. This is an article by an acquaintance of mine, Mike Ruiz with Fox News, related to the Harmony Montgomery case. The missing New Hampshire's girl father, Adam Macgomery, is now indicted on second-degree murder charges. We covered this a little bit this morning on my live, and I wanted to make sure that I dove in a little bit deeper with this particular article because Harmony Montgomery really is the bloodline to my advocation for a centralized database for the child welfare system across this country. And it's because of the internal report that came out with her investigation with New Hampshire that really showed the need of the centralized database. So I just want to go over this article with you guys. It says, Adam Macgomery, the incarcerated father of missing New Hampshire girl, has been indicted on murder charges in connection with her death. Investigators said last summer they came to believe that Harmony Montgomery was unaccounted for since the fall of 2019 is dead. In October, they announced that they were seeking charges of second-degree murder for falsifying evidence, and witness tampering. The grand jury returned the indictment on January 20th, court records show. And there's that beautiful little girl, Harmony Montgomery. Under the photo, it says Harmony Montgomery was placed in her father's custody just months before she was last seen. He had served time in connection with a violent drug robbery and was later accused of domestic violence by her stepmother. Adam Macgomery allegedly injured the girl beyond survival on December 7th, 2019. New Hampshire State Attorney John Formella said in an October news briefing, recklessly caused the death of Harmony. Under the circumstances manifesting an extreme indifference to the value of human life. The father has been jailed over a year on the abuse charges in connection with Harmony. He's also an ex-H addict who shot a man in Massachusetts in 2014 and is a suspect in an unrelated cold case of another homicide. According to the criminal complaint in Harmony's death, he allegedly killed and repeatedly assaulted her. So now the estranged wife, Kayla Montgomery, Harmony's stepmother, told police her husband had encouraged her on multiple occasions to lie to police about Harmony's whereabouts, according to an investigator who alleged he also gave her a cover story. Now remember, Kayla was just arrested. She was out on bond related to the child welfare crimes that she did for the defrauding the government's lying on stuff, saying that Harmony was there and collecting welfare income from Harmony when she wasn't. Well, she was let out on bond. They pretty much dropped those charges or didn't proceed with those charges. And then she became uncooperative and disappeared, so much so that the U.S. Marshals had to go and rearrest her, and she is behind bars. So Kayla is also facing charges in connection with the girl's disappearing, including lying to a grand jury and collecting welfare payments on the missing girl's behalf for months after her death. Harmony's mother, Krista Sori, forfeited custody rights in 2018. She reported Harmony missing in November 2021, according to a police affidavit, after she spent almost 2 years trying to contact the girl's father without success. When investigators began looking into her in 2021, they discovered no one had interviewed or physically seen her since Thanksgiving of 2019. Harmony has never been found. but they did collect a lot of evidence out of their prior home. So anyways, I just wanted you guys to see that article for yourself. This is good news. This is moving in the right direction. We've always wanted to bring this baby home so she could rest in peace. And to this date, we still don't know where she's at. So we're still saying prayers for little baby Harmony. We're still saying prayers for the family and friends that are missing her and are coming to a scary and a sobering reality about her whereabouts. So now Adam Macgomery has been fully indicted. He was charged back in October. Now he has been indicted on the second-degree murder charges of his daughter, Harmony Montgomery. And lastly, here is the information related to Kayla. Kayla Montgomery is the stepmother. A lot of people forget about her, but she was just as sneaky and as slimy as Adam Macgomery. Check this out. So here is the article about Kayla Montgomery and the arrest warrant issued for her back in September. This is related and in connection with the Harmony Montgomery case, as I am reporting that Adam Macgomery, the father of Harmony, was just indicted on second-degree murder charges. So here's the article, and this one comes from WMUR, from Hannah Cotter, New Hampshire, Manchester, New Hampshire. An arrest warrant has been issued for the stepmother of Harmony Montgomery after she did not appear for a hearing scheduled Thursday morning. After Kayla Montgomery, 32, did not show up for a hearing, the judge issued a warrant for her arrest. The state made bail arguments in the past, and Miss Montgomery was held at Valley Street Jail for some time, says Senior Assistant Attorney General Jesse O'Neill. Given the circumstances of the cases and the history here, the state felt that the request for a warrant was appropriate. Thursday's hearing was a previously scheduled dispositional conference related to a pending charge against her, including a felony and misdemeanor charge for allegedly lying to the State Department of Health and Human Services about having Harmony in her care when she did not. She was required to be in court. Eventually, I expected she either was going to turn herself in or be picked up on the warrant, said defense attorney Paul Garrity. The court will set bail, and hopefully that bail will be set to allow Kayla to remain free. If not, we'll continue forward with the case. Kayla Montgomery is out on bail for charges that are not connected to the disappearance of death of Harmony. The girl was declared dead this month, but her body has not been found. Last week, News 9 Investigates learned that the New Hampshire Attorney General's office had requested proof that Kayla Montgomery had been following her bail conditions. The Attorney General's office filed a motion asking for the judge to require Kayla Montgomery to prove that she's been complying with her conditions of release. It's not known if this would have come up on Thursday's hearing. According to the Attorney General's office, on August 11th, Kayla Montgomery was a passenger in a vehicle that was stopped by police for what appeared to be a drug transaction. On August 22nd, Kayla Montgomery was located inside a Queen City hotel where police obtained a search warrant after learning she and another person were actively selling narcotics from the hotel room, according to the motion. On August 24th, Kayla Montgomery was a passenger in a vehicle with drug paraphernalia and was allegedly found during a search by Manchester police, officials said. Kayla Montgomery was not arrested during the encounters in August. So now that you've seen all this stuff, we talked about the timeline. You know, Adam Macgomery is officially indicted on the death of his daughter. And then we have all of this stuff over here for Kayla Montgomery. What are your thoughts? Do you believe Kayla Montgomery has more involvement in this whole disappearance and death of Harmony Montgomery? Or do you think she was just a drug addict that was also intimidated and abused by Adam Macgomery, and it scared her, and so she made some terrible mistakes? I'm curious about what your thoughts are related to this. But me, I have a mixed bag of opinions on both of them, both Adam and Kayla. And I'm not quite sure how I feel about Kayla just yet. So I'm interested in your perspective. Maybe it'll help get me off the fence with Kayla. Anyways, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And guys, there's a notification bell. Turn that notification bell to all so you don't miss any great information or great updates on stories. God bless each and every one of you. And until next time, be safe.